kind of miss the old days when we were regarded as beach bums. Something about that, it was kind of real, you know.
There have been quite a few different people in the Irish surf scene that have had a big influence on my surfing. It made me realise what could be done on my doorstep.
Where I always hoped surfing would be going in Ireland.
I was reared over in Rosnila, actually in the Sandhouse Hotel, right on the beach. That's Rosnila over there, where you see the white waves breaking on the shore. In the distance, that's Mullaghmore. That's where the big boys go. The hotel closed in the winter time. My mother would work with the Irish Tourist Board. She was in California one time with them, promoting Irish tourism and obviously her own hotel too. And it was the early 60s, so surfing had just taken off there. And she was looking out and wondering what all this fuss was about. They're not great waves. I have far better waves at home in Ireland, on the beach beside the hotel. So as soon as she got home, she ordered up 2 Malibu surfboards for her hotel and her hotel guests. But she had 5 sons. As soon as we saw the surfboards, we were kind of going, they look very interesting. What are we going to do with those? So we took over the surfboards, and the guests never got looking at these surfboards. We spent our time figuring out what you're supposed to do on them. And she had great visions of us becoming fine young gentlemen, you know. But by bringing those surfboards, she just turned us into a bunch of beach bums. She regretted it till the day she died. Kind of miss the old days when we were regarded as beach bums. Something about that, it was kind of real, you know. We were beach bums, really. Probably still are. Some of us. I've often looked at Mullaghmore over the years, but never ever would have even considered riding it. And I still think anybody that rides it is crazy. Like, it's nothing beautiful about Mullaghmore. It's mutant. So I have to admire the lads like Conor now that are riding it these days. Like, he's a small man, but I tell you, he's got big balls. Like, it just blows me away.
There have been quite a few different people in the Irish surf scene that have had a big influence on my surfing. We're really lucky to have a big mix of surfers and bodyboarders. They all get along really well. The likes of Tom Gillespie, Shane Meehan, Shambles, all those guys have kind of pioneered the slabs here in Ireland, waves that people previously thought were unsurfable. They just started charging and going for it and pushed each other, and all of a sudden young guns like Tom Lowe, along with Fergal, started looking at it going, oh fuck, that looks fun. It's like, I'd love to give that a go. Just started surfing with the boys who they were friends with, and that just took their surfing to the next level because nobody thought that stuff was surfable here, and kind of made me realise what could be done on my doorstep.
I pioneered very little. To me, it was Mickey who pioneered a lot of the waves down in Clare. And he was backed up by a lot of his mates from Cornwall. But Fergal and Tom were in there straight afterwards.
Go on, Mickey, yeah.
Whatever we did as pioneers, they took and just ran with it to the point where I was going like, no way.
I vividly remember so many times being told not to do it. People saying, don't go out there, like it's not a good idea. I had Mickey and Tom going, do you think we can do it? And Mickey's like, yeah, of course you can. So I didn't actually have a choice. The standard was set by him of what can be done. I'm proud that I had that kind of mentor all the way. Someone who's traveled with best surfers in the world, best bodyboarders in the world, and been doing it a long time before I ever was.
There's been a really healthy friendship and pioneering spirit between the surfers and bodyboarders these days. Everyone's kind of together because it's so small and it's cold.
There's no bullshit with bodyboarders. They're only doing it because they love doing it. They're not sponsored, they don't make any money, they're not doing it for photos. They're just loving riding heavy waves. that innocence and that kind of passion is what is really true and really nice to be around. Looking back, the reason I feel we were so intense about it all is that every swell was almost like the first time. It was the first time Aliens was this big, or the first time we surfed Lawrence in that size swell. It was a lot of firsts. My passion and drive at that time was I really wanted to set the standard as high as I could for myself, for Ireland, for how it's portrayed, for other people coming up behind. For me, it's just great to see more skilled surfers in Ireland. It's amazing to see anyone who's trying to make a bit of a benchmark of that's what Irish surfing can be. It's phenomenal, it's great. It's where I always hoped surfing would be going in Ireland. The way surfing kind of slowed down for me is I had this mad drive to ride amazing waves and ride them as best I could. And the weird thing was, I've always been broke. I've always had no money just doing this. And then I started to get paid a bit more, and then kind of the year I broke even and I got out of debt and I was like making money. Then it got weird. And I was like, now it doesn't seem to make any sense. I'm like, going surfing and getting paid for it. Before I was on a mission to just ride these waves and I had to kind of make ends meet, so I was trying to get sponsored so I could keep doing it. I was just like, actually, what's it for? How many times do I need to go to Tahiti to fulfill that need, and how much money do I need for going surfing? And it just all kind of unraveled quite quickly. And then I had a bashed up knee in Tahiti, and I was sitting there on a couch and I was watching the Japanese nuclear plant sinking into the sea, and I was just like, what am I doing for the place we live? And it dawned on me quite quickly that, you know what, I have to go and do something. And I racked my brains right there. I was like, what's the best thing I can do? Thought about all these different ideas, and I was like, I should go home and help the place that I live. I know how to grow food. I've grown up on a farm. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go and do. I emailed all my sponsors, told them all, I'm like, I'm actually not okay with this anymore. I'm still gonna surf. You can still sponsor me if you want, but I'm actually not gonna travel like that anymore, and I'm gonna do something good alongside my time when I'm surfing. And it was really interesting. Most of them quickly disappeared. People think, oh, do you not miss it? I'm like, I love the idea that there's absolute magic going to happen. I don't know when. Could be tomorrow, could be in a week, could be in 6 months. That's actually enough for me to know that's going to happen. And then I can have life. I can have the garden, and I can have my family. I can have other commitments that are going on. And then when that magic does happen, it only ever is for a few hours. And then just dropping everything and being immersed in total bliss, total magic. I kind of like that. That suits my character anyway, these days.
Surfing now has gone so far beyond what I would have dreamed of. I'm pretty amazed at what people can do nowadays, but at the same time, it's hard to beat letting the wave do the work and cruising along and having a good ride. It's all about the speed. I like the speed.
Surfing bigger waves always came naturally to me because I always loved the feeling of being out of my comfort zone.
Yes! Oh my God! Oh my!
They don't see the risk, they don't see the hazards, they don't see what could happen.